How's it going, world? Hope you're well, hope you're safe, hope you've had a good day. I've had a brilliant day, not going to lie. I've been learning loads. Those of you, some of you may know, I'm starting to learn about cryptocurrency and stuff like that. It's mad stuff. I'm not going to lie, it's mad stuff. Those of you who know me personally, you know, like, I've never really been a fan of online stuff, like even social media. For the longest time, I kept that at arm's bay. It's only recently this year that I've started like actually learning about it and using it for the tool that it can be, right? Cryptocurrency ain't just going to be something that fades away. That's gonna be a new step in our digital evolution, right, for humanity. Like, that's happening. So I'm just trying to learn about it and get ahead of the game. I'd advise people to maybe just watch some videos, read some articles. I found this wicked website today, the most informative and simplified explanations I've found so far. It's called Learning Cryptos. Yeah, Learning Cryptos. If I can figure out how to add the link in, I will. Otherwise, I'll try and add it in the description or something. Yeah, definitely check that out if you're interested in crypto and stuff like that. Okay. Also, I want to apologise the other day. So yes, I was having technical difficulties with the video and that. It was cutting off, and like I didn't really understand it, and I figured out how to upload using my phone. So I was trying to learn how to do that instead of using my laptop, because that just takes ages. So there was that. However, I did also play out and have a little bit of fun. All right. So yeah, just being 100% real with you. There's a lot of fakeness out there, so I've given you a commitment to be 100% authentic, so that's what I'm going to be. My bad, yeah, but I was having fun, and that's what life's about. So let's go to the rules of thinking with Richard Templar. Today we're going to go over rule number 7. It's a new chapter, actually, or a new topic or section called resilient thinking, right? So let's see what Richard's got to say about this. Okay. One of the absolute foundations of healthy thinking is resilience. Some of us start out naturally more resilient than others, but the good news is we all have some resilience to begin with. And the even better news is you can teach yourself to be more resilient by training your mind to think in the right way. 100%. I'll back that up. Your mind is your most powerful weapon. Let's just establish exactly what resilience is. The more resilient you are, the faster and better you'll bounce back from anything bad, negative, traumatizing. Jessica, stop ringing me. 1 sec, I'm doing a video. Hold tight. She ain't going to stop ringing me. Sorry, 1 sec. Hello, Jessica? Hello? Yes, mate. Yeah, what are you saying? Yeah, I didn't realise this. But listen, I'm in the middle of a video right now, and you're on the video right now. So let me just call you back in a few minutes. I don't know. I'll have a look. Right, okay. Listen, let me ring you back after I've done this video. All right, safe. See you in a bit. Bye. My apologies. So, let's just establish exactly what resilience is. The more resilient you are, the faster and better you will bounce back from anything bad, negative, traumatizing. Most of us can come to terms with missing the bus, but not everyone recovers well from bereavement or abuse or redundancy or serious illness. Of course they don't, but it's still the case that some people cope better than others. So what are they doing that means they're able to come to terms with life's tragedies? It's interesting to see where you're going to go with this, Richard, because I've got some theories of my own. Resilient people have higher levels of belief in themselves and their power to control their own lives. This gives them confidence that they will overcome their difficulties in time. In my experience, the people who cope best with disaster are usually the same ones who cope best with missing the bus. That's really useful because it means you can practice being resilient every time you miss the bus or burn the food or have a bad cold or can't afford a new item of clothing you fancy. Once you believe you can cope with the little things, it gets easier to believe in your ability to cope with the bigger things when they come along. So let's look at the kinds of thinking that will make you a more resilient person. Oh, I'm curious. I'm interested. I'm liking this. Sounds good, Richard. Let's see what you've got to say. So, here we are. Rule number 7: know who you are. Self-reflection. If anyone's seen my videos on YouTube, on any of my social media platforms other than YouTube so far, I'm big about self-reflection. So, let's see. A friend of mine was diagnosed with a very serious illness. Hope they're well. Of course, people kept asking her how she was, what was happening with the treatment, what she was and wasn't able to do, and how could they help. She found this very frustrating, and in the end, she sent round an email to everyone saying that she really appreciated their concern and their offers of help, but she didn't want to talk about it, thank you. She explained to me that it wasn't that she actually minded talking about the illness per se, it was that she felt she was starting to be defined by it. That's interesting. That's interesting. Food for thought. I've got my brain, that's caused my brain to tick. I'm sorry. That's caused my brain to tick in the background. I'll come back to it. I know there's going to be something. So, now this particular friend of mine is amazingly resilient and had an instinctive recognition that in order to cope with the diagnosis, she had to separate it from her own identity. She had to go on being the same person she was before she became ill. And for her, that meant discouraging other people from talking about it. She didn't want her friends to see her only in terms of her illness because, more importantly, she didn't want to get sucked into seeing herself the same way. She had several important roles in life, at work, as a mother, as a partner, as a friend, and those were the ones she liked and had created for herself. So those were the things she wanted people to see when they thought about her. By drawing these lines firmly around herself, she was separating her own identity from that of the illness. Yes! Go on then, girl. You've got to build a bulletproof mentality, yeah? Honestly, anytime when you're going through anything negative or just going through some kind of shit or you're feeling shit yourself, because we can. It's hard, but you can do it. I guarantee you that, yeah? So when you figure out a way to retain, I suppose, a positive attitude, as soon as you've got a positive attitude, you've got to build a bulletproof shield around it and protect the shit out of it. Don't let anything or anyone break that attitude again. Do you understand? Yeah? Honestly, it's your attitude that will determine how you overcome. This is central to being resilient, coping with stress, enabling yourself to overcome hardship. A lot of us muddle the boundaries between ourselves and our problems. Once you recognise that this is making it harder for you to cope, you can focus on thinking about your situation differently. You don't have to adopt my friend's strategy of asking people not to talk about it, but it's a useful tactic for some. One friend whose husband died refused to use the word widow because it described her situation and not herself. Fair play. Okay. This is crucial when you're coping with serious illness or bereavement. And it's essential when you've had a serious blow to your self-esteem that you're tempted to see as a rejection of some kind. Redundancy, for example, or a relationship breakup. If you see these as a direct criticism of everything you are, then you call into question your entire identity and indeed your value as a person. Redundancy might have nothing whatever to do with you or your value as an employee. And if you personalise it, you give your self-confidence an unnecessarily tough mountain to climb. You've got enough on your plate finding a new job without the added stress of feeling you're a failure. You know what? This is true. This is true. Yeah? Life and the world can be unkind. They can also be incredible and beautiful. However, it's in balance, right? Every coin has a flip side. So you've got to be your own best friend. First and foremost, you've got to be kind to yourself. You're going to get plenty of haters. You're going to get plenty of naysayers saying you can't do this or this can't be done or blah, 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 blah. And if you allow yourself to believe that, you're setting that limit, that restriction upon yourself. You'll never surpass that. So at times you've got to put blinkers on, you've got to put blinders on, like, and just have tunnel vision and focus on your dream and go for it. It's your dream. Yeah? You've got to be your own best friend. Be kind to yourself. Yeah? A relationship breakup or not getting a job you're after is not a reflection of your entire self. This is true, Richard. Preach, boy. Think about all the aspects of yourself that it doesn't relate to. The rest of your life, your friends, your values, your skills, your strengths. If you and your partner split up, it doesn't mean that you're a failure. It simply means, Uno, my cat's going mad. I don't know what's up with this video. Uno, she's going hyper. Right. If you and your partner split up, it doesn't mean that you're a failure. It simply means that the relationship didn't work. Yes, I know it's hard to see it like that at times, but you have to keep reminding yourself that you are still the same you, and this is only one aspect of your life. However much your relationship means to you, it isn't actually who you are. This way of thinking, this separation of yourself from your troubles is going to make it so much less difficult to cope. So much easier to cope. Moral of the story, if you personalize it, you give your self-confidence an unnecessarily tough mountain to climb. Interesting. Right. This video's already reached past 11 minutes, so I'm not going to give a breakdown and my thoughts and interpretation today. However, tomorrow with rule number 8, before we get into rule number 8, I shall do so. Okay? Hope you've been finding it useful. Pipe up in the comment section. Let me know what you think. What do you think so far of the rules of thinking, and what Richard says and what I say? Like, what are your thoughts? Feel free to share. Let's get a conversation going. And thank you very much for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. As always, if you found any of the content difficult to understand, don't know what some of the words or sentences mean, make a note of them, reach out, and I'll do my best to clarify. All right? Catch you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.